Good evening, everybody. Welcome on into the Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 3, Week 7 matchup here between Tampa Tardigrades and the Stone Hedgehogs. I'll be your play-by-play caster Booney, and joining me today is going to be RiddleDog, my ever-elusive duo. He's always here with me, but anyway,
Yes.
we're here. We got a banger. The last two undefeated teams in our league going at it here. Only one will emerge victorious here and remain with that 0 in the loss column. Should be an exciting matchup. We're open for 5 maps.
Yeah, at the beginning of last week, there were actually 3 undefeated teams. But the match was between the Stone Hedgehogs and the Valentine Vanillas, which was a 5-map banger. But the Stone Hedgehogs inevitably did come out on top, so we're gonna have to see how this goes. I know a lot of people are. I think it's in favor of the Tardigrades right now in the prediction panel, but I know a couple people that are assuming it's gonna be like just a circle, like rock paper scissors between these top 3 teams. So we'll have to see if those
Yeah, I think a lot
predictions
of
are
people
correct.
have the tardigrades being the hedgehogs, and the vanillas coming back and being the tardigrades. That's the circle of elite. It's not the circle of suck. It's the exact opposite. In fact, two will take their one loss against two. But our first map is going to be Ilios, and of course, as Alar is still not allowed. However, we do have been seeing some interesting shakeups to the meta here. Riddle. We've been seeing a lot more Risa, a lot of Diva as well. Fancy, probably proficient in all of those, but Kevin I know, and Risa Warlord. But honestly, the big thing for me is going to be side on against Fedora Master. Is how much value can this Torb turret get against the all oppressive damage of this Ashe and or other long range hit scan?
Yeah, it will be an interesting matchup to say the least, as well, with Fancy being able to tamper a lot of Sidon's aggression with his signature Diva or Zarya or whatever he chooses to play. So I want to say Fedora Master is 1-0 against Sidon right now from Open Division, though, so he's got the mental with him. I know the Tardigrades are confident. Both these teams are confident going into this, so we'll have to see.
But we can go ahead and quickly talk then about what was expected in Ilios. I think Ilios is an interesting map. You can see a lot of things here. You can see a lot of long range hit scan on, especially on ruins with Sidon. You could be seeing way more bunker style like on Lighthouse, and then
Hmm.
everybody kind of plays their own thing on Well, looking for groups. But I think we can see both these teams kind of playing to their strengths here on this initial map, which should make it interesting because honestly, whoever wins this first map could just take the series with the map pick advantage going forward. But what do
Yeah.
you think we're gonna see here at Ilios? I mean, we could have seen like a hard meta style that Arisa, or we see something different like a Roadhog. I don't know from Fancy. I don't expect it, but
I mean,
you
I
never know.
know. I want to say Kevin wants to hog 1v1 Fancy, but at least in Gen Chat, Fancy's saying that he doesn't want to as much. So I could see Kevin just going to the signature Rissa we saw last series against the Vanillas, which did very, very well. So it's going to be hard, but we are in Ruins first, so it's time for the long range hit scan. Probably Sidon Pocketed Ash or something like that, Lumpy Seal Cassidy. But I mean, as well, the Tardigrades are known to be like the cheese team, quote unquote. So they rely a lot on flyers or Sombra and Torbjorn a lot of the time, but you wouldn't think it'd be as effective against this team with his game pros as they do.
I mean, look at both these initial comps right now. Pretty much what I expected to see. Interesting look is going to be Jack on this Sombra, which of course she was nerfed recently in our most recent patch. But maybe just trying to put some pressure on Kevin with a hack, make the Risa a little more killable. She's very strong right now, very burly in the front line, so see which team decides to go which way. But right now, Sidon takes control of the main right now, looking for a bit of damage right down main. Fancy eating that right up right now, so both teams kind of just poking and prodding, looking for something to happen right now. We do have the Jack in the backline putting down some pressure. However, the nade is big from Lumpy Seal. Doesn't allow Jack to translocate, and now Fancy getting Ice going further in, but good lose on the mech very quickly. Fedora had to turn the favor with 1 kill over on Lumpy, and somehow Fancy kept that mech, got that Mega from the left side room, and it looks like Target to take our first map, or our first fight here, and take control.
Yeah, I mean, despite the early pick onto Jack as well, they're just the Tampa Bay Tardigrades were able to just get a lot more picks against them as Fedor falls to 1, but...
Oh, but the backup is there with HV Sec on the Zenyatta. And now Cat trying to get something done, forced to fly away. It looks like she will get out their life, but Jack is there to meet him. Jack falling weak, but will get out this time. Kevin, half HP, just getting melted and put it down by Fedor Master. Still has that overload. They also really come up here right now for the side of the Stone Hedgehogs, though. They will have the tree as well as the Bob for the recontest. HV closes with that trance on the next fight. Kevin goes into the room, doesn't get discorded and forced to retreat. Will Kevin get out alive? Yes, the grip is big enough inside now. Opens the opening pick over on a Jack. This would be a nice dynamite if it does land eventually. Yes, it will. Invest in with that Bob, with that Valkyrie. And right now the point control is just heavily in favor of the Hedgehogs as Fancy goes in for the contest. Falling so weak, however. Sidon's gonna get pressured out, but Fancy loses out on that mech in the meanwhile. HBSec and Fedor are still on this flank right now, trying to get something done if they get an extra pick maybe on their way out. They're there with Panini. Panini is going in right now. Panini is in the back line 1v1ing the Mercy of all things, the Mega. I mean, Panini is still, they're going to punish this man.
Oh, he's just staggering himself for so long.
Oh, Flambeau hits him with the tactical crouch as well.
The support diff. I mean, it was really good play from the Stone Hedgehog support line of Flambeau and Page, able to get Kevin out on that right side after he was in all alone, and then they're able to capitalize off another pick onto Jack. But they do have EMPs. Balls.
They catch
I don't know if
Fedor
Panini
Master,
was
though.
there.
Yeah, the supports were down, and they caught Fedor Master being a little aggressive there. And Lumpy's on a bit of an angle, but Fancy does eventually get him out there if Lumpy falls, but Kevin is there. And the ults are building right now for the Tampa Tardigrades, but they gotta walk in here first. They're going against 3S themselves, but a big EMP lands on a 3. Sidon, though, gets the opening pick, so still winnable on either side. Kevin goes in with that ultimate, and just getting melted by HP Sec through the window. A lot of pressure being put in on that Arisa right now. Fancy half HP critical on the point, but it does look like they're going to flip right over as the Hedgehogs are forced to retreat. Fancy going even further in right now. Cat tries to get back, does get gripped, but just taken right to her doom. As there you go, the better ult usage wins the fight.
Yeah, huge EMP from Jack, stopping, like, I know the likes of Flambeau would like to have used tree there if he didn't get EMP'd, but it was a really good EMP from Jack, as well as the follow-up window from Panini.
They're going to engage here early with the Valkyrie. Really nowhere near. Fancy put some pressure over on the side on. They force out Jack's translocation. How did Lumpy get up there? Perhaps a bit of a
the pedal
shenanigans.
Weeva. Oh, the High Noon
comes in as well as the High Noon. I say anybody. If is burning, 1 HP does force use a trance as they found Lumpy in the meantime. Tree is in response, but Sidon's bomb has already fallen. The Molten Core lands over right onto the tree. That's not the fertilizer we want to see. The bomb comes in right now from Fancy, still has it, but needs it. Doesn't look like it's even needed. 99% and counting. Fedor tries to get a hammer kill, but the Molten Core takes him down first. And Tampa Bay take our first points of Ilios. The Sombra nerfs seemingly not to slow his team down at all.
Yeah, I mean, Jack got picked off first a couple of the fights there initially on Ruined, but he learned to adapt as well with Lumpy and Kevin Sidon trying to spy check him. So it's really good from him, but it was really good ult usage as well from the Tardigrades, only using what they had to. Like HV was able to hold the trans until Bob came out as well, but we will see the double flyers come out from each side. Oh.
Maybe.
Should we enter a pause? We won't see it come out. We'll have to wait to see it come out.
Well, that means I have time to work on these graphics while they're discussing it. Anyway, the Echo from Sidon, have we seen this? I know it was a very prolific hit scam player.
I think we do. I think we have a couple times. Not too many times, usually playing, like you said, the Sojourn Ash, but I think it's just an early read from them, expecting that Jack would be going Pharah, so Sidon wants to just try to diff him in the air with the... I want to say the Echo has the upper hand in that duel, but if Jack is him, he can just hit 2 shots. So...
I mean, Jack on the Pharah has been known to be him. But maybe side on. This rookie superstar could shut him down. Who knows? Let's see what.
Yeah. We'll have to see. It's going to be rough for Fedora either way, going against Flyer as well as a diva, but
Me when they don't let me play my one character.
oh, could they?
Oh, hey, we're back in the game. Anyway, HP Psych over onto the Pharah here to put some help with Jack in the sky. Side on a cat putting in some work. Lumpy over onto the soldier, but help put some pressure on the Jack as well. So the divas will just kind of be trading back and forth right now. This position, Fancy did fall off that tower. Not really wanting to be. Is forced to retreat in the mega room, but will stay nice and healthy. The team has rotated over onto the point. Fedora Master is there. Fancy with the DM will keep that far nice and healthy in the sky. Kevin falls very weak. If they isolate him, looks like they're going to do that, and Kevin's going to lose that on that mech early. So a great start. The life grip comes through. But that's not nearly enough. The point's going to flip early for Tardigrades right now, as Panini is just shooting the tree. Please, man. Just like one step over to the right, and you have been just fine. And Kevin's going to get killed here. Lumpy falling pretty weak as well. So a lot of these early picks right now in favor of the Tardigrades. As, yeah, Fancy just putting in some work on his diva right now. He's kind of stuck right now, though. But
he should be fine if he... Yeah, he can.
He'll be
He has the mega there as well, but it was good kiting from the missile. Lumpy Seal gets picked off.
That's a nasty stagger there.
Yeah, Sidon went in over that cage area, and then Jack rotated towards main, pressuring out Lumpy and Flambeau, which allowed like Fancy and Fedora on point to just burn Kevin. So
Kevin's already half HP, just trying to fall off his high ground and try to contest any bit from Fancy. Sidon's going to go in, but the Torch Turret will mark him for a little bit. That forced him to go in. Sidon use a duplicate over onto the diva. Lumpy's on point trying to 1v1 Fedora Master. However, their reinforcements are here right now for Stone Hedgehogs. But Sidon loses that mech very early, and Cat goes down. Ifusek having that Valkyrie advantage, keeping the team up nice and healthy. The remake on the turret of all things. Doesn't matter, though, as Jack has found two in the meanwhile. Pedal platform is there for Kevin, but will just be a bit of a stagger here. Kevin probably going to go off that edge, trying to get something done. And now 70% and counting, and only Valkyrie invested there for the Tardigrades is looking pretty desperate here for Stone Hedgehogs.
Yeah, I mean, Lumpy and Flambeau are just keep going up top, and they just are getting stuffed by Jack and HV and whoever else is there, like Fancy, but while Fedora and Panini are just stabilizing point, and it's just that they're not all on the same page, it seems. The Stone Hedgehogs, at least.
Fedora does fall weak, but the healing comes in. Lumpy's Seal taken down with Jack with a double, with the barrage, the Tree of Life on point. Not going to be nearly enough.
Oh, Panini going in.
Trying to build up towards this Valkyrie. They do have the Immortality Field on point. Gets it taken down, but Cat's falling off the map. She was so close to that Valkyrie as well. Now it's just up to Kevin, as Kevin falls so low. Lumpy's still trying to get back to the point. Not going to happen. As who would have known what would have happened if Cat stayed on the map there. But Tampa Tardigrades take our first map of Ilios 2-0 fashion. And honestly, pretty dominant showing on both their points.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was saying, it's just a lot of really good kiting and maneuvering from the Tardigrades as well, with them being able to notice that they can stuff Lumpy Seal and Flambeau up top with the Soldier and Lifeweaver, and then they just focus everyone else and just try to live, because with Fancy on Diva, Sidon isn't able to do much on Echo.
That's kind of the matchup I wanted to see. Like, could Fancy shut him down? And so far, the answer is yes. And once I find the Pierce 2 play, so I was going to set it over to a map break. But do not go anywhere. Overwatch Clash continues after this. And welcome back, everybody, to the Aurora Overwatch Flash Week 7 matchup between the Stone Hedgehogs and the Tampa Tardigrades. Tardigrades taking our first map of Ilios pretty handily right there, RiddleDog. Really not having to switch anything up from their initial 6 weeks of success. We saw them playing kind of what got them there in the first place, except for Fancy over onto a Diva, so we don't see very often from him so far this season. But the Hedgehogs takes over to King's Row, trying to find some answers.
Yeah. I assume there's mainly just to try to force that Orisa, which they did on Ruins a little bit, with Lumpy Steel staying in, I assume, to try to shut down Jack as much as he can in case they decide to go like Pharah or Echo on attack. But, because I know Mr. 77 Yak does not play those hit scans as much as Lumpy. But, looks like Flambo and the Mercy with Paige on the flex support this time. They're swapping it up.
But the big thing here, they're probably going to try to read out this Kevin Orisa pick by going the Zarya first with Fancy. One of Fancy's signature characters is the Zarya, so if he can get that high charge going and just walk down Kevin, should be tough for him to work it out. But Sidon over onto the Sojourn this time.
Oh,
Kevin onto the Winston. It appears they've countered the Zarya pick early.
They counter the counter.
No way.
Whoa.
As someone on Peace Pirates used to say, they're not playing to win, they're playing to counter.
Whoa!
Oh, but a Jack taken down early by Lumpy Seal, the Storm Arrow. So a good start right now. Fancy has evolved to try to back up right now, but falls very weak.
I mean, he's solo.
8 seconds just trying to run around this hotel right now, but Sidon is not needed as Lumpy Seal is again found the opening another pick. Kevin falling pretty weak though, did jump on in, but the DPS of the Hedgehogs are all they need right now. Fancy trying to get something done here on the point, has a decent amount of charge, but Cat on the Kiriko.
Ooh.
Gets that kill. Not something we see from her very often as Lambo is taking over the Wings of Mercy. And it's going to be a point A here for the Stone Hedgehog, looking a lot better so far.
Rock, paper, scissors, tank.
Hooray!
Yippee! But so Jack was taken down again. That fight by Lumpy Seal, and then Kevin noticed that Panini was all out by himself, which when they put pressure, it forced out everyone from the Tardigrades back, which just made so much space for Sidon and Lumpy Seal to get picks. Sidon's almost got his overclock already. Jack falls deathly low.
We'll be looking to use it right now as Fancy's defense matrix is pretty low. The rail charge, not going to find any final blows there. 8 seconds, just running around. You see he's still up there up on the... just having a good time as that turret goes down. And they're kind of in a weird spot right now. Here comes the overclock. Your field gone. Iwasek does get out with those Lucio buffs, able to get those healing right back, but they trade up for Panini. So if the Hedgehogs can stabilize for just a couple more seconds while Kevin returns, they owe an opening. Cat does the Casino Rush as well if they decide to invest that. The hack comes down over on the side on, but nothing going to happen out of that one. The Casino Rush does come in here. Kevin returns to the battle. Dragon clears him out as well. So Iwasek in a way off her spot, taken down. My man was wall riding when the Dragons came on through. Where were you when HP Sec was killed? And now Fedora is stuck in the alleyway with no way out. Fancy will get out with that mech, it looks like. I don't know. Yes, he will. Panini is there, but some good ults right there from the Hedgehog, but pretty costly open up that fight.
If you're the Tardigrades, I think you take that fight. I mean, you use no ults, and they use both DPS and Kiriko Rush ults. It's just Valk to stabilize.
Oh, it's a 5-man EMP, but the cleanse from Cat keeps him alive. The Valkyrie in response from Flambo Jambo as well. Lumpy will eventually get taken down, but Kevin is in your backline, has a Primal Rage, beating around Panini, but the Immortality Field's well placed. Keeps him up nice and healthy. But they get the res. So it's a 5-on-5 though on point. Fedora used that Molten Core, trying to keep him back out from helping out Kevin get out. And Fancy is there to finally shut down this Winston. Will get hacked. And it's a very sad monkey gets taken down finally. But a pretty costly fight again in response. Sidon slides on in like a maniac. But Flambo might be the one to get punished instead. As HP Sec going further into the alleyway. And they're finally eventually going to get these picks. They've got to die or get out.
Rock,
Kevin
paper,
swaps
scissors.
over to the Zarya. Rock, paper, scissors. Chills. Oh, HP's kind of overextends there. That could be punishable. Fedora's 1 HP. He's going to get out though.
I mean, they're going to be able to find him and catch him. Fancy needs to as much as they can. But the beam.
Fancy will get out, and Panini is there for the healing. So Fedora somehow gets out of there scot-free. They have HP 6 beat still. The Jack gets the hack over onto Flambeau. Poseidon again has his overclock ready to go.
Beat overclock.
In the alleyway right now. Kind of isolated. Sidon uses the charge to take down that turret as they decide to go on in. But Panini opens up the pick on the Lumpy Seal. And with that Hanzo out of the way, Fancy a lot less perturbed. Goes on in. And with Cat going down, that's the retreat bell being sounded. HP will try to cut him off with a pass. Can they get anything done?
Fancy's in.
Fancy is going to lose out on that mech. No, he won't. And Fedora, with the turret, has found a kill. Fedora's in right now. Fedora is in! And he gets his.
Gets his so easy.
The time bank continues to dwindle as the ults build for Tardigrades.
Yeah, I mean, Fedora has his ult already again, pretty much. Even though he used it at the end of 2 fights ago. He's building these cores like crazy, and they have every ult again, even though it feels like they use so many of them.
I mean, both the teams almost have all their ults ready to go. We also
Grav Dragon?
We also have Grav Dragon. My chills are getting ready here.
Oh, there's no TL.
Oh, the DMP finds nothing, but they do get 2 picks on the back of it. They've lost out on the Jack. So Fedora is walking on forward, but Kevin is going to get taken down here. Cannot be left with this energy. Taken down. They continue to rush in exchange for the EMP window and Molten Core. Not a bad exchange at all for the attackers here, but they have one more shot to crack this.
I could just see Graph Dragon. I mean, Sadon able to maybe force out DM.
He's just hiding.
Who's hiding? He does not want to die. He doesn't want to get caught in this crap at all.
Lumpy's so weak. The overclock comes in from Sidon, though. Aprisec might get punished. No, has the amp to get out. 2 kills have already come on in, but Fancy's clutching it. Fancy is very weak, but Fancy has found 3. Has the bomb. Sidon is still there. They're looking for a crunch, but not going to happen. Lumpy Seal has a dragon. Where did it go?
It's going to disappear, though. It's a spawn dragon to swap. He didn't even let it fly away.
They only have Valkyrie here for this next time we fight, but that's the only ult on the field. Kevin, though, has no energy for the upcoming engagement. Trying to build something up here for a long battle, but Jack is taken down first! That's a huge pick from Sidon on the high ground. Fancy is flying low on the high ground, but here comes the Valkyrie to keep Team Ice and healthy. Lumpy Seal half HP, but Kevin's finally got some energy to work with right now. The turret is in a well-placed spot there from Doormaster. We'll be able to put a lot of pressure on the enemy team. Fedora, close to this Molten Core, could be the game changer. Immortality Field invested here from Panini, but gets taken down with some melee by Sidon. Kevin, try and get some done with his energy. Aprisec is solo, but is still alive. Never mind, Helix Rocks will find him. So with that, Lucio out of the way, it's gonna be a lot easier. Fedora is on the flank right now, looking for his Molten Core potentially, but the slow orb from Sidon is just simply too good. He's falling so weak, goes taking down, the only ult is gone. Kevin has a grab for the need, but I don't think they do. Lose out on that mech, the Immortality Field just slightly too late to save the mech in time. And now Kevin melts them down with the high and range beam. And that's gonna be point B captured. But the way point A went, you will take that defense if you're Tardigrades. And now we're going over to point C. There's not much of a time bank to die, but it's where time bank's going to die, I gotta say it.
You know, it's the famous line.
Say the line.
Say it. I mean, Jack over on the Echo, it's going to be a lot harder for him with Sidon and Lumpy Seal on both hit scan. So, we'll have to see if he's able to get anything done.
Maybe trying to put some pressure in on the backline, maybe, but Kevin is high charge, has the grab.
Oh, the core.
The core comes out, but no kills come out of it. Just creates some space. Nice window, though, from Panini.
Create even more space.
Go back even further. They have so much space to work with, guys. But not a fight win coming out of it, and no ults invested here from the Hedgehogs. And 2 fairly big investments already down from Tardigrades. Kevin walking on in, but Fedora opening pick over on the Lumpy Seal takes a soldier out of the fight. And now they have a duplicate Zarya on the field, 35% towards that Graviton Surge. Probably won't get it off in time, but will have the high energy to get these kills potentially. Kevin is in a really awkward spot. They lose out on that duplicate, and Kevin is still alive and still has this energy to work with. Walking on here. Oh, Lumpy again, taking down by Fedora Master. They got to get his ults off here. The res comes out. Say we'll have 5 minutes for his final engagement here right now. Fancy looking to eat his grab right now. He tried to do the Meko, but didn't quite work. Or, yep, Meko.
Jacket Sidon?
Opening pick comes out. The bomb in the back line is well placed. Finds Kevin. And now Lumpy
HB is
still
girl
going down.
bossing.
HB Sec with 2. Going crazy. And 32.74 meters is all the Hedgehog's going to garner on point C. But I have seen worse.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, the time bank went to die. Who would have thought? I mean, it was
point C with 1.5 minutes. Despicable.
Whoa!
And you're undefeated.
Oh. How could you? How dare you?
you?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed a lot of the time Jack would have been spy checked by Kevin on the Zarya because it's just so easy to spin in a circle, really, like because it's just a constant beam, and he would sometimes be caught out by accidentally stacking on Fancy as well, and he's not playing this Echo like in super aggressive positions as well, at least to where he can get easily punished with HV on Mercy, so it's not a bad pick by any means, and he was able to do a lot on Echo, and even in the Grav, they didn't need Lamp until the Grav really ended, just because HV and Panini were able to heal him so well. So,
Man, do I love the spectator bug.
I love the spectator bug.
Stop switching! Stop switching!
Please. I'm ready to see it again because Jack is on Widow. Look for an early pick. But... Please stop switching!
Yeah, we're going to get one more switch over back over to Fancy when Jack eventually swaps off this Widow. I don't think this is probably going to be the stick, but, you know, we've been proven wrong before by Jack's hero picks. But what do you think of the Ramatra here from Kevin?
I don't think it's bad. I mean, with the armor nerf, it is a lot easier to kill Ramatra, especially when he's blocking and he's the armor, so it is more for them. Ooh. That's why a lot of people are playing more the Orisa.
Sidon through the hotel, finds 2. HP Sec falling very weak, but we'll get the health pack, and Aurora punishes the over-aggression.
Paige wasn't able to keep Kevin up, and now they just got scrambled. This should just be first point cap because they're all in disarray. They don't know where to go and what to do.
And the swap over on the Pharah, putting in so much pressure right now. Sidon falling weak. He's going to go down.
That was disastrous
over
from
onto the
Flambeau and Kevin.
Moira off the Zen.
I mean, I guess he just doesn't want to get spammed out and like held in the choke and stuff by Jack from the Zen. I can understand that, but the Moira, we got to let him cook. See what he's able to do with it. As Jack already almost has his own.
Lumpy goes down. Nice punish coming out right there from the Tardigrades. As they found Lumpy all by his lonesome up on that high ground in the alleyway. And now Dr. Ziegler is here to help up Jack in the high ground. Has the barrage ready if they need it, but so much space already being garnered by Fancy just being there on the high ground, putting out that constant pressure. Sidon trying to do something. I guess it's Farah, but here comes a barrage in the back. Finds 1 and finds 2.
I've seen from Panini.
Nice immortality field, like you said. We'll keep him alive through all that pressure. Lumpy still falls so weak.
Flambeau's still on Moira.
And Kevin goes over onto the Diva.
I feel like they'd want to run a Mercy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, to pocket the side on Echo because he should be able to do a lot, but it's really just shutting down the Flyers, I suppose, with the Diva as well, and trying to catch out Lumpy Seal because he's being caught out a lot by being in too far.
Oh, but Flambeau goes down first. Sidon has no more pocket.
The Sidon
taken out in exchange, and this attack.
HV wants the smoke. He's going after
Paige. Absolutely blazing forward right now. Paige just gets out. HV tried. Gotta commend him for it.
Yeah, it was worth a shot, and that it did buy space. At least Paige should have to back up a lot, so they were able to get the cap with 5 minutes left.
This is where time is going to die, but Lumpy again goes down first.
I don't know about this time bank.
This time bank looks nice and healthy. This time bank's gonna make a full recovery, I think.
Yeah.
Dr. House is in the building, and
there weren't any injuries that is sustained, anyways. It's just a clean sweep from the Tardigrades on King's Row, really. Only half a fight lost on first.
Yeah, about to say they lose a single member of that entire push, but.
Ew. if you're the Stone Hedgehogs, you gotta be sweating after that.
Whoa! Whoa!
HP gets this. That's how we got kept up in the graph, like I was saying. I didn't realize that Falco.
And we'll need a reverse sweep here from Stone Hedgehogs to keep their hopes of undefeated season alive. Don't go anywhere. Overwatch Clash continues after this break.
These beats are the purest. Roll it, roll it.
And welcome back, everybody, from our map break to this Week 7 matchup between Stone Hedgehogs, Tampa Tardigrades. Tardigrades starting to walk away with this one pretty handily. Not even just walk, they are sprinting away with this victory right now. 2-0 right now in the series after a dominant performance on King's Row. Hedgehogs take us over to Rialto here for this map.
Yeah, I mean, I think the strat that they're trying to pull is that they gotta try to pocket side on something like an Ash. I could see as Yak is going to have to come in this map, Mr. Genji extraordinaire, but he's teasing the soldier. There's the flyer. It's just the comp from King's Row where they mollywopped him. So we'll have to see side on looking for a quick initial pick, but it's a really, really greedy backline from the Stone Hedgehogs where Jack could just push him over if he plays it right.
I also like how you said they're forced to play 7 on this map. Like, why are you ever forced to play 7? I don't know. Yak's pretty good. I don't understand. But anyway, Sidon on the Widowmaker, but Jack putting a lot of pressure on him early there. Almost takes him down, but not quite. Kevin's going to be over onto this Sigma, and Sidon suspect over onto the Ashe. So really pokey style coming out from the Hedgehogs, but Fancy is probably going to be able to shut that down by himself. An excellent D.Va player. So I'll have to see what their adjustment is going to be. Nice rock, though.
Oh!
Okay, that's a great start there from Sidon. Taken down. They get the res off with the DM. Like I said, D.Va extraordinaire there from Fancy, getting that res off. Allows Jack to go back up into the sky. Fancy does fall pretty weak. The cart has made it to the corner, and Jack again taken down.
Falls again. Do you see Yak? He's behind them. He just must have been like while they're resing or they're distracted with the being all up top. Yak was able to just completely run behind him, get that really nice off angle.
And Fancy got like 1 HP, and he's going further in.
They're on the Echo now. So.
Fedora is a bit distracted right now, chasing down by HP Sec has fallen Sidon with another pick here. And with just 3 kills, that might be enough as the Bob is almost online. Fedora is there with the 6-man, or I guess, yeah, the 6-man at this point. Does have the turret. Might get some down. Nice dynamite in the back line, though. They're all burning for us on early immortality field. They didn't want to use that. The Bob comes out to a well-placed spot.
Shield.
And they're all falling so weak. Fedora takes down the Bob. The res comes through Panini with the window. This could be turnable. Kevin using that Flux. Does get Fancy and Panini. Panini falling very weak right now. And there you go. That's gonna do it. They're gonna get point A and just slow and steady win the race. Jack uses the dupe. That might signify a switch here, you'd think.
I mean, he just swapped Echo. I mean, I could see it. Sidon is definitely hitting these shots a lot more than he was those last 2 maps.
Sombra.
It could be the space. I could see Sombra.
Okay,
yeah.
I guess that was just a 1v5 dupe. Interesting.
I suppose so. But this support line is working out because the focus fire is not there from the rest of the team and Jack to try to burn someone, so if they discord and just damage boost someone, they should be able to kill them super fast with this poke style. But Yak is like gets hit with the cores. Nice res comes out from Flambo.
Res, like you said. Now they have ults to use. Sidon almost has another Bob here, and I mean it just continues to move forward. This cart is still going. It's at the stairwell right now. Turret is down. The Bob comes out.
The dynamite forces lamp.
The Bob did force some space, but here comes a visor from the high ground as well, up from Yak. Jack has fallen in the meanwhile. Nice shoot from Fancy will stop out that tactical visor getting 200 value. If Ifrisa goes in for the res, gonna get it off, and now Yak is way behind enemy lines. And they get punished for that one. As Fedora lighting the kill feed right now. Multiple picks this fight.
Big dynamite.
Kevin uses the Flux here. Will lift 2 up in the sky. Fancy weak, but the lamp is well placed by Panini. Keeps him up nice and healthy through all that. If that lamp was not there, that could have been a fight turner from Kevin. Now it's just a really slow fight. They're going to keep going here. The Flux invested from Fancy lifts up 3. Slams him down. Do they get any picks off it? No, they don't, but they've lost Kevin in the meanwhile. So a fight win for the Tardigrades. Some well-placed ults by their team.
It took a while. It was super long fight, but they eventually were able to stop it.
You're good with that though. If you're the Tardigrades, more time off the bank.
No, yeah, definitely.
All the ults invested as well. There's nothing on the side of the Hedgehogs.
Yeah, they do have DPS, and Panini, he got hit with the dynamite. I think him and Fedora, and he used lamp, and then Kevin Flux, but no one just shot the lamp around the corner. So it's really unlucky for them as Yak moves over the Hanzo from the soldier.
Molten Core comes in though into the back line.
Oh.
Yak opening pick, but Fancy's there to follow up on the Molten Core. So it is a 1-for-1, but losing out on that Mercy is a much better selection here from the Tardigrades. Sidon almost has Bob though for the contest. They use the dupe here on a Jack, onto the Sigma, looking to build a Flux up. Kevin is double rocked. My man goes down, and Bob comes out. Put some pressure on the Mercy, but HP Sec has a Valkyrie to get out with their lives. Bob is melted right now, but is still alive for now. Kevin with the Gridic Flux, looking for anybody. Will lift 2 up into the air. The duo of Fedora Master and Fancy gets taken up. Both the overload is just simply too much health, too much armor to pelt on through. Yak has his dragon, but the window is exchanged for a Valkyrie. Fancy close to another Gravitic Flux right now, but is a 1-for-1 on DPS. The dragon comes on through in time. Flambo whips out the Glock, tries to get Panini, goes down, but Jack has found 2 in the back. The Flux from Fancy.
Huge.
The rock not gonna land, and Jack falls up on the damage. The res gonna come through from Dr. Ziegler, HB Sec himself. And through all the chaos, the Tardigrades hold, and only a few meters gained on the cart.
Every Sidon?
Arm?
Just ate all the sticky bombs, I guess. But they used every ult except for Transcendence. So they have that going for them. Jack is coming up on this dude like scarily quickly too.
There's been no pressure on him so far. He's just been a menace on the field. On this Echo, the Pharah, you know, he died like 15 times in 2 minutes, but the Echo's been much better. Built towards this dude very quickly. Yak trying to get something done. Fedora faster does fall, so good opening pick. They are going to get the res off, it looks like. No, they're not. Sidon punches that with the beam. Still 2-for-1. Turret is gone from Fedora Master. Now Fancy falling very weak on the point. We'll have the E-Sade nice and healthy in the meanwhile. They get the res on a Yak as well, but Sidon taken down.
Yak.
The res is there just in time. The trance as well from Cat. It looks like they're going to get this with just no time to spare. Even did use the Valkyrie. Force the dupe out of Sidon. They punish Cat in the back. Sounds like a good
Jack
Dr.
come
Seuss
back to the
book,
duo.
but there's just so many people. The spawn advantage is here though from the Tardigrades, but Kevin uses the Flux.
The rock.
They get the dupe though. There could be 2 Fluxes right now. Sidon and Kevin, this duo has to get something done. They're trying to get the res off. They are going to. Flambo through all the chaos survives. And the cart did get all the way to the end of B. It was close there. They're coming up on 2 Flux that could have been disastrous here for the attackers. But
Yeah.
they get just enough done.
The trampoline going up and down and up and down, and they immediately die. But it feels like the backline of the Stone Hedgehog just is able to stay alive for so long. I feel like they're providing so much sustain, even though it's Zen Mercy. I don't know.
When it comes down, Fedora strikes first. Taking down 7, and with this
Huge
Gravitic Flux, it's a pretty nice one. Slams them all down. A lot of damage, a lot of pressure. So for a window and a Flux, that's a fight win for the Tardigrades. Nothing invested on the side of the Hedgehogs. We'll have the Dragon with the Valkyrie, but Cat will last us over onto the Ana. Maybe potentially looking for an anti-nade play.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the play. I mean, they've got nothing to cleanse or anything. It just is going to force out Lamp from Panini, which could open this up for Sidon as well. They just need to make sure to break Lamp.
The Dragon comes in, but the Moon Core is there for the contest. We do have the Valkyrie as well from Flambo Jamba coming on out. Nothing really coming from either of those ultimates, but Fedora Master does get some space, but Jack falls. They're trying to get the res off. Looks like they are going to do so. Does force the eat up Fancy, but will be nice and healthy. Sidon has his dupe, gets rocked, however. Is going to duplicate the Torb. Looking for potentially a Molten Core. Lamp is forced early from Panini, and Panini falls pretty weak here. Only halfway to this Molten Core through the dupe right now is Sidon. But the point person is starting on a huge nade, like you said, comes on in. They are going to punch Jack off the back of it as well. The Flux! They're both down both DPS right now is the Tardigrades, but Fancy is still there. The Valkyrie will keep it up nice and healthy. Panini, though, might get punished here. Panini has a lamp, though. Can they get Yak? It doesn't look like it. They're going to change out a couple players here. The dupe comes in over onto the Ana, trying to build up a free nano for Fancy in the front line. That now comes over on the side on, halfway to another duplicate. Fancy does have this huge Flux, but gets rocked! That could be huge, as Sidon has found Fedora in the backline, but a big anti from the dupe. Sidon has found 2. The res is ill-fated! As the Echoes are exchanging clicks back and forth, but eventually the spawn advantage is simply too much, and the Tardigrades will hold.
Yeah, the Jack on Ana was just... He was able to keep up everyone as well, and he got the nano right at the end, nanoed Fancy, but it was for like only a second where it lasted until the dupe ended, but it was enough to provide enough damage amp to kill Kevin as well. So I was questioning the on a dupe, but it was really good from him, and they're just so close. Just a couple key ultimates on the Stone Hedgehogs. But it is holdable. Their spawn is right there, so
That's definitely a good push for
they just got to push
Rialto.
it to the end. Yeah, that's definitely a good push. Usually people get held at first or second.
We thought it was a
So.
good push on Kings Row 2, and then the Tardigrades shows what a good push is, like a 5-minute time bank for the finish.
That
So
could
potentially,
happen.
An attack-sided team, who really knows, but it's an interesting thing to say with the Torbjorn one trick, you know, it's that you're an attack team, but hey, it works, it works.
Yeah. And Fedora's core is like, he used it, and it was just like all over the place, and it just delayed them for so long, able to get in as Flambo used that Valk. It just negated all that value from that. So, we'll have to see how this all works. HV's on the Zen now. To the Mercy.
We do have the Sigma Mirror yet again here. Sidon gets some nice early stickies, 32% to the duplicate already. Some nice damage moves. The stickies are out of spawn from him. Rock not gonna find anything from Kevin just as of yet. Fancy looking to go up the stairs right now, takes the space for his team. As Fedora continues to push his cart forward for now. They do get a hack over onto Kevin as well, so pretty good start right now from the Tardigrades as the cart has continued to move forward through all this overload force out of Fedora Master, but will be nice and healthy for the meanwhile. Sidon, 60% to that duplicate, but does not need it. Only needs the stickies to take down Fancy. And the Sigma out of the fight. It's going to be pretty tough to knock him off the high ground and or win the fight, so they are forced to retreat for now.
Yeah, Fedora and HV not able to do a lot once Fancy was up on the high ground with Panini. Because, I mean, they're all just standing on the high ground, and Fancy went for an aggro play, and they hard punished him with the stickies and beam. So. Do have the dupe, though, almost online, as Fancy's trying the same plays, pushing up.
The dupe and the flux. Oh, Fedora just gets obliterated.
Oh, the rock off the high ground.
HVSec has some pretty good sights for now, trying to get some push or pressure over onto Cat, but she's just too elusive. Fedora will be back in the meantime, as the high ground is still under control of the Tardigrades right now.
Fancy's one big
It
lamp
just
for
forced
Panini.
out a lamp, so Sidon could go in here with his duplicate. Could be a pretty nice play from him right now, but slow and steady right now for both these teams. They're trying to find out Cat, trying to take her down, but she's just too loose, and Sidon goes in with the beam. They do eventually find Cat, though. The res comes on to Cat, but they've lost sight on the meantime. They lose out on the duplicate. Nice
They do
rock
have the
comes
flux,
out, but
though.
the hack! Hacked on the flux! Bad timing out there from Kevin. His Fancy has fallen pretty weak, though. Same thing with Jack. Forced to retreat. Spawns will come in back for the Hedgehogs. Sidon has duplicate if they need it. Kevin falling pretty weak, but has the eat to get on out. But
Or
EMP
Torb.
ready to come on in from
Nano.
Jack. The Nano the Torb dupe, but the EMP comes in. It's a nice one.
Oh,
Lands on the two members. We do have a duplicate core, though, but it can't defend Flambo Jumbo through the res.
no.
And point A will be captured right now for the Tampa Tardigrades. And thank goodness Kevin knows about the TP from spawn. Are they gonna get Cat here? She's kind of stuck.
Paige is over here. Oh,
Oh!
sleep. On to Jack.
Any 3-2
3, 2,
winners?
1. Let's go.
Let's go.
They did it. They said the line.
But the cart has moved forward for
Oh.
all this hubbubaloo. They have Dragon if they decide to invest. A nice anti over on HP sec in the back line here. Do these Dragon clear the high ground right now? Doesn't look like it. They don't need it as Panini has fallen and Fancy falling to half HP. Flambo will get hacked up though. Punished.
Oh. Oh,
and the Echo Mercy is gone. Who knows? Fedora and Fancy are holding down his cart right now. A lot of spam pressure coming on down. They use the Moan Core as well to clean up some space to claim that high ground area, but the Dragon comes on down.
Paige
Okay.
is so low.
Not gonna find anything though from the Dragon, but does create a bit of chaos and earn some valuable seconds for the defense to come back in here. But with 7 going on down, do they get the res off? Flambo's going for it. Looks like they are
HV.
gonna be able to get
Hit
that.
him with the 5 orb.
Oh, Fedora's
Fedora
anti-nated,
antied.
but gets back with the help of the turret.
They've
This
almost
is
got
a-
the copy again.
Such a
Jack's
chaotic
dead
fight going
again.
on right now.
Yeah.
They have the dupe, but they've lost on 2 members. They dupe the
The
Sombra.
dupe
HP sec is so low! Kevin won't survive through that flex, however. And they're going to continue to push forward, and they're going to cap point B. And now they have 4 minutes in the time. They, again, attack-sided team. And now you have ults coming. You have Trance, you have EMP, you have
Flambo?
Window. Flambo.
He just must not have died on
B?
second. I mean,
Here, that
Yak
my
is
man has
still in
earned
there,
some
down
new
by Mercy.
suicide tech. Who knows?
yeah, side on my Cass. They have Flux support ults, which isn't bad, but against 2 other support ults, I'm not expecting this Flux to do much. Even if it gets off with this, with Jack threatening the hack.
Jack does
Or
go
he
down.
just dies. Or he just gets
Punished a
shot.
little bit. And the rest coming on through. It's a 3-on-5 on the point, and that's probably going to be a fight win. As Panini and Fedora are running away, they're stat padding. Fancy might not be so lucky here. Nice rock, nice immortality field as well. Looks like Fancy's not going to get out.
Oh,
The Meg Great Grenade just simply too much.
hindered.
I was looking for the vocabulary, but yes, Fancy was hindered. That spawn. Flambo has spike checked the Sombra. No! He pistoled the Sombra, so she got out.
Huh. You take those, honestly. I mean, they just gotta make sure this Flux doesn't get hacked or EMP'd.
I thought we were gonna see
I don't know if
another
they're
3,
tracking
2, 1.
it.
I would have chilled again. Kevin does
There's
get nano.
nano.
They rock. They do force Sombra out, and a big Flux right down main gets a trance out. Window thrown out for the contesters, but the trance and the Window really in a bad spot for this team to really take the fight on point. As Sidon has found Fedora early. Sidon again with 2, and now HV is in a really awkward spot in the low right room right there. But oh my, good plays. I mean, Kevin was like 1 HP before I got that nano, so well placed there from Cat. Keep that Figma in the fight.
Very well done, and they're able to force Jack out completely, which made it. They knew he didn't have his invisibility because Flambo spy checked him, so they knew he wouldn't be able to get there in time to even hack or EMP the Flux. So it's good from them. DPS. They have another They have their EMP though, so they're looking to use that.
Yeah, Jack's on the support line right now. He's looking for it. They're gonna Flux. It's a 3-man EMP, but Kevin's gonna fall through the Flux. The tactical visor out from 7. Tries to bring it back in team's favor. The res.
Ooh.
I mean, they get it off. Kevin's back in the fight, but who knows for how long. Sidon swaps over onto the Tracer.
Not too much longer. He gets hacked.
Well, the Mullen Core from Fedora Master for any last-second contesters. 2.1 meters separates the Tardigrades and a 7-0 record, and they can't even touch the point.
That's
And
it.
going to do it. A 3-0 victory for Tampa Tardigrades in the battle of our undefeated. And now there's only 1 remaining undefeated team in our league, and all the targets are on their backs.
A lot rougher showing from the Stun Hedgehogs than we expected here, as well as the Tampa Bay Tardigrades. I think they just really showed up today and showed out. I know Fedora had like a super good game with Jack, able to adapt to the Hedgehogs playstyle, and because he was getting picked a lot earlier in the series, but you'd still see that from time to time, but it wasn't as much. And he got some huge EMPs, copies off. It's just huge plays from all around, clutch plays too.
Now we are in that position of selecting a MVP for our match here. So, what are we thinking? You know, Mr. Colorcaster extraordinaire. What do you think? What's your analytical brain tickling right now? Who do you think deserves this one?
I've got a couple people. I think. I know Fedora had like a super good game, so it's either Fedora because he was able to get like so many picks out. Like when you think a fight was lost, he just doink a couple people with the Cheetos on Torbjorn and completely turn her with his big cores as well. I know Panini as well. I've been looking at his BAP gameplay a lot recently, and he had a really good game today as well. So able to keep everyone else alive while HV is girl bossing and his Valks half the time. So it's gotta be one of those two for me, I think.
It's
What do you
tough.
think?
My
Mhm.
pick would have been HV Sec, but we'll stick with the support line. We'll go and give it to Panini. You know, Fedora gets a lot of player of the matches for being that GM
Yep.
player, so we'll go ahead and give someone else some love this time around. Bring mine in for an interview. And there he is, the captain, as well as our player of the match. Congratulations on your victory. Keeping up the undefeated season, 7-0. Initial
Let's
thoughts.
go. I'm just really hyped. My team's been doing really good. I'm really proud of them. The Hedgehogs, I also love everyone on their team. So
Mhm.
I was hoping for a little bit of a closer game, so I can just battle it out more. But yeah, they're still a good team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of the time you guys just showed up and show out. You like your
Yeah.
whole team today as well, able to adapt to the playstyle of the Hedgehogs and able to kite around like on Ilios
Yeah, the
as
problem
well
is
and realize it.
we have every single player on our team basically has carry potential, and then we have Connor who can basically call every single rotation and keep everyone safe and alive. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Connor not being a carry player. Like, yeah, everybody can carry, and then we have Connor who can call.
No, I'm like, we have all these good players, and then we also have a really good comm structure just because Connor's really good at yeah, he does a lot of comms, and I really appreciate that.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you're coming in against an undefeated team that just took it down your, I guess, quote unquote, biggest rival since the really beginning of the season in the Vanillas in a 3-2 banger. So, you know, were you guys at all worried? You know, you can both
Yeah.
say, but were you worried about the Hedgehogs coming in here? Because again, they have had a great season so far. They've had a rookie superstar in Sidon coming out here in his first 6 weeks, and now you're going up against him. But you guys really should shut that down. But initially, were there any worries?
We I go at least, I don't know about the rest of the team, but I always go to every game and I give them at least some respect because I am terrified of trap games. Like if you go into one game and you're like, we're gonna roll this team, they might just show out and you might lose. So I just go to every game and I'm like, this team has potential to beat us. So, and yeah, after they kind of balled out against the Vanillas, I think everyone's starting to respect the Hedgehogs a little bit more. So
Yeah.
yeah, Sidon's a great player too, especially on hit scan. So we were also we had all these backup plans because we were. If you run Jack on the Far or Jack on the Echo, there's always a chance that Sidon will just shut him down. And Jack played great. He was able to get value despite Sidon doing his best to mark him constantly.
Yeah. It was really well played. So.
You got anything else there, RiddleDog, or you can take El Clasico?
How about, so I think most people could say you're the number one team right now. So what do you think is the number two, your biggest rival right now?
The
As well.
Vanillas.
The Vanillas?
Yeah, we were just talking about this before I got brought in here, but the way our team is built is basically our team is built to beat the Hedgehogs, and the Vanillas are built to beat us. So
Yep.
they're going to be they're the one team that we're scared of. But I also, if we keep playing the way we have been lately, I think we have the potential to beat every team in the league.
I mean, we were talking about we've been talking about the circle of suck around, but now we're talking about the circle of elite, which is just the rock, paper, scissors of our top teams in the league. So you guys face them in week 13, though. It's end of the season, isn't it, for the Vanillas? So
No, we do not.
Oh. What week?
Next week.
Next week? I thought it was
Really?
later in the season.
You can double check me on this, but I'm pretty sure our team is about to enter the gauntlet. We have our next, or I guess not counting this game, our next 4 games are against top 6 teams. We play the Ballers, the Zeros, the Vanillas, the Hedgehogs, back to back to back. So
Yeah.
and I trust my team. I think we have the potential to beat any team. So
Yep, you do face Vanillas next week. You are correct. So hopefully we get a stream for that one. That should be a good one.
Yeah.
But,
yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did the math. If we happen to lose to the Vanillas, which I don't want to happen, but if we do, there's going to be a 3-way tie. And right now, the Tardigrades map differential is so much higher than the other teams. Even if we do each have one loss to each other, if we rock paper scissors each other, we would still be number 1 seed. Now that we beat the Hedgehogs, so
Yeah.
well, I guess I'll take El Clasico then. So if you can be
Yeah.
MVP for your team,
HV, easy.
Yeah.
I
Did you see us
told
play the
you.
game on King Zero? He pressed Q into grab and no one died, and he killed Paige.
Yep. We were
Best
like
mercy
in
in the
awe
league.
because of that play.
Yeah. People got to start respecting my boy. He is #1 mercy right now. I'm telling you guys.
Ooh.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Speaking of hype, he also just subscribed to the Twitch channel. Thank you,
No,
AP,
Yippee!
for the Prime sub. We appreciate it. Anyway, that'll do it for the MVP interview. Again, congratulations on staying undefeated on the season and proclaiming yourself as the #1 team in the league in standings for at least a week before you face off against Vanillas next week. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And that's going to do for us here at the Overwatch Clash here on the stream. We thank everybody for tuning on in. Did you have anything else to say, RiddleDog, before we send ourselves off?
I don't think so. We have our next game is on Saturday, August 26th. So between Nupi and Monks, which I'm looking at the bread panel, should be a close game as well. So stay tuned for that.
Should be an exciting one. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great rest of your evening, guys.